It's 1 o'clock on a blustery Sunday afternoon here in Germany. It's the 24th of August 2014. And we're going to do a little project today that I've been putting off for quite a while. I've made a couple of videos starting it, and then I just didn't get any further with the project and I left the videos. I don't think I have put any of them up on the internet yet. I just happened to notice how many power tools it takes to get the job done. We're rebuilding a big house, 22-room house with that's in relatively bad condition, as you've seen from the walls here. And here you can see some of the tools that I use to do this work. That's my cat Valentine down here. I'm a fan of, I like Makita tools. I've had good luck with them. I also have very good luck with Festo tools. I would have more of them if they weren't so expensive. And I use some Bosch. I have a Bosch jigsaw, what's it called? I can't even think of the right word in English, but you see it there in the middle. And I'm quite satisfied with it. I've had it for 20 years, I believe, and it's very good. I have collected these tools over there. Somebody said, "Oh my God, you've just got so much money in them." Yes, but of course, if I'd had this work done by professionals, that is, I would have had a company come in, I would have spent more money in 2 days paying them to do the work than I did for all the tools that I have. And I have the tools, and I use them. I use them every day. I use lots of them every day. And we're going to use them today. We're going to use one in particular today, which I don't think is right here in front of us, in fact. Let's see, I believe it's down here in this. Yeah, here it is. Oh, oops. I'm going to put it down here in the middle of the table. It's called a Fein Multimaster. I think there are a number of, now that the patent has run out on it, I think there are a number of companies that make similar tools, but I understand the Fein is still the best. It's an orbital sander, and the real interesting part of it is, however, that you can take the sander head off here, the sanding head off, and you can put saw blades of various kinds in it. And this has an interesting, this as a saw has some very interesting properties. One is the fact you can't cut yourself on it. It vibrates back and forth very fast, and your skin moves with the cutting edge. It absolutely does not cut you, but it will cut through. Well, there are blades that can cut through metal. There are blades for all different kinds of wood, coarse and fine. So let's get to it. We're going to use it. I'm going to change the blade over first. I have to go find the saw parts for it, and then I'll show you how it works and how we're going to use it. The project today is this door jamb. I'm going to lower you here. This door jamb here. Oh, there goes Valentine. Hi, Valentino. Hey. You want to say hello? No? Okay. Cat's got his tongue. Oh, never mind. This door jamb here is a mess, like they all were. Most of them were in worse shape than this, actually. The one that to the bedroom up here had been broken open. Oh, look what we've got here. A big doggy. Hi, doggy. Hello, Andor. That's my dog, Andor. Hi, Schatz. Huh? No, yeah, you're a nice dog. You're a nice dog. I think that Stan's daughter has a dog that looks just like him. I think she's a female, though. Well, anyway, this has to be replaced, obviously. So I'm not going to replace the whole door jamb. I'm going to cut using this little Fein Multimaster saw that I showed you. I'm going to cut this piece out here. There's no way to cut it out otherwise. You can't use any other kind of a saw basically without taking the whole jamb apart or whatever. So you'll see why this little saw is so important. It will make it possible to cut this piece out here and replace that whole piece with a new piece of wood, and then we'll cut it out so that we can replace the striker plate here. Okay, I'm going to get the tools together and we'll start working on it. So I think we've got all the tools we need laid out here. Probably some we don't need. I just thought I'd show you too that there are different saw blades for this little Fein Multimaster. There's a wider blade like this, and this is a wonderful blade because you can cut into corners, and I'll be using it there to cut it right into the corner because it, of course it stops here, so you can cut right to the edge. And of course there are various holders for sanding discs. Here is our sandpaper. Here is another blade that I bought. This one is from Bosch. Bosch, of course, got into the business as soon as the patent ran out on Fein. We've got a new striker plate here that we're going to put in the door. That'll be a while yet. Oh, and there's also a scraper blade. This is just a smooth blade, sharp at the edge here. Very good for removing tiles or removing the grout around tiles, for instance. So I'm going to change blades now and put a saw blade on here, and then we'll get to work on removing this torn out wood from the door, from the door jamb. I've marked out the area that I'm going to cut out now, and I've also put 2 marks in here. These are the important when the door closes. This is where the striker latch is going to oh, can you see that? No, you can't see that there. The latch is going to need to be open. That is in the striker plate here. This is going to need to line up there, so I've got these 2 marks there to make sure that I'm in proper alignment later when I've cut this whole area out. The little Fein saw works very well, but it has another property, namely it is very loud. So I'll let you listen to it a couple of minutes and watch, and then I'll finish cutting out the section. I'm going to show you something else about this that's very nice. I'll bring you in a little closer here. Yeah, you can see here the kerf of the saw blade is less than 1 millimeter. It's very thin. The blade itself is extremely thin. And and the teeth are parallel, are next to one another. They're cut, however, diagonally. That gives a very, very narrow curve here, so that you have very little loss of material. It's very easy to calculate and fit another piece in then. So now we have a clean cut opening here, and we can just glue. We'll cut a piece of wood just to fit in here exactly this size, and we'll glue it in. I'm not going to use wood glue, which I normally would use, but since the area here is not very large and there's quite a bit of pressure on this, of course, when the door slams shut, I'm going to use 2-component epoxy here to glue this piece in. We'll fit it very exactly, and I'll probably glue it along the back here, although that isn't necessary perhaps. No, maybe I'll leave it there. If I leave that off, then this piece can be removed later on without damaging the rest of the door frame. Here's the piece we cut out, which you can see how cleanly it was cut. It's a very, very practical tool. Like I say, I think maybe even Makita sells one nowadays. Bosch certainly does, and I don't know what other companies. I guess there go the bells again. There is another company that makes them. Look into it if you ever need to do any work like this. You can use it on metal too. There are metal blades as well.